How's it going, everybody? Finally taking another video here. It's been a long time, but we have been getting ready for harvest. See, I got the 8120 behind me, and you'll see what we're about to do to that. We've been busy looking the machines over, changing some oil and filters and whatnot on these machines. That one up there, we put a new reverser in. It's dark in here, I know, but I'm not opening the doors because we're expecting a good storm tomorrow, so just doing a few things today. But the reverser is right here. That motor there goes up underneath the feeder house. It's electric on this style, or this year of combine it was electric. This bean head, the wobble box, which actually is up here. The seals were out, so it's getting new seals, and or we're gonna get a replacement. One of the two. We'll see how busy the dealership is. The entire sickle on the 20-foot head, we put new Tiger Shark sections on. And the next project up to task, there's been a bend in this section of the unload auger tube, and it's getting worse and worse. It still works, but replacement tube. So that's going to take a few guys. We're not sure if we're going to do it outside with the loader tractor. Kind of thinking we'll hang it from those support boards up there, because 40 years ago or so, they used to run an auger down the top of this when they filled this shed full of corn. So that'll support that, no problem. Well, I got one more radio to install, but I'm gonna hook onto the cart and he can hook the hoses up while I do that last radio. That is a big cart. I know there's bigger out there, but wow. Forget how big it is until you get it hooked up and watch it go by you. Yeah, we just found a bad tire on the header cart too, so we took that off. There was probably an easier way to do that, but we got her figured. And we got the new one installed. Now we'll rotate the auger back in and slide the flighting back into it here and make the connection up front. It's just a spline shaft. And we'll end up opening up that door and making sure it connects up there. Well, harvest prep continues. That new tube, the inner one there, is on. I took like 2 5 to 10 second clips, really no video at all of that. We were all head scratching and finally got it figured out. But basically what we did was you have to take the boot off. There's a bearing at the end. Slid the whole tube, that outer tube, out, hanging from the ceiling. Then there's a hanger bearing on the inner one. Undid that. The whole flighting auger slid out. Past that point, we unbolted this one, took it out, put the new one on, slid the auger and flighting back in there, timed it correctly with the vertical one, and voila. I would have liked to have shown you some videos. A bunch of us working on it. Like I say, it just went fast. We got it done, but it's done. And yesterday was like 85 degrees, 90 almost. And today it's not even barely gonna hit 70. So we're gonna clean some grain bins. Because yesterday when it was about 85 to 90 degrees, we had 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. So those beans turned fast. And tomorrow, it's also supposed to be like 80 or 85 for a couple more days this weekend. So the beans are gonna come a lot quicker than we think, so we need to get these bins ready and starting to feel the pressure, but we're sitting good. There's a lot of guys that have started corn and whatnot in the area. I haven't seen any beans out, but I would imagine in the next 2 to 3 days there's gonna be some guys taking some beans. All better, all better. But it's always hot in there. It can be as cool as it can be out here, but whew, yeah. Fun. Well, we tested it 2 days ago, did a little bit more yesterday, got rained out at lunchtime, and we're off and picking corn today. And actually the bean machine's across the road, and we were about 0.2 seconds from cab corn. So, but no cab corn yet, none yet, so we're doing well. It was 38 degrees this morning when I got to the farm, started the dryer up. It's about 70 right now. Those few kernels don't count. That's just a blessing on the cab. But we're real close to cab corn when I turned around and bounced in a sprayer rut. Stopped just in time. Cart just got unloaded, so he should be here any second. The corn might look a little green, and it kind of is, but it's coming out of the field at 18 to 20% moisture. So we're sending it because it gets much drier, you get a lot more head loss, and we don't mind the drying. Of course, you don't want to be drying 30% corn, but I was saying we took some 24% corn in the last couple days, which isn't bad. Still very much in the reasonable sense of things in our minds in terms of drying and head loss and all that equation, but this is even drier yet. But what a sunset tonight. I don't think the guy in the cart knows he's playing the light game. He already lost because he already put his lights on before he filled the truck, but I haven't put mine on yet. This is the machine that we just put a light bar on top of the cab along with some LEDs on the side. And honestly, it does pretty darn well. The camera's not really doing it justice right now, but we got some side lights that are LED. They've kind of gotten hit while we were washing and whatnot. We'll have to repoint them, but it's the first night harvest here. But all in all, this light kit was substantially cheaper than the full conversion that we did on the other machine. And they're very similar. I will say the other one's a little better, but this one's not bad. Pretty darn good. The dryer's humming along nicely. And all those leaves were caught up on the ladder, pulled forward. But we're gonna go park this around the corner and call it a night. I think it's about 9 o'clock or so. I didn't even look at the time, but it's been dark for a little bit.